Is the housing market about to be completely destroyed by rising inventory? Watch our episode to find out, but first we need you guys to hit that like button and subscribe. So Justin, it's been really interesting to watch this year as inventory has just continued to go up. And we all know, as we've said in previous episodes, that as inventory rises up to a certain point, prices are going to start to fall.
Yeah.
So
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did we say, did other people say?
Yeah.
Last 2 years when prices were rising so fast, they're like, it's the law of supply and demand, the law of supply and demand. When there's a high demand for houses and not very much supplies, prices are going to go up through the roof.
So true.
Well, when inventory rises, the exact opposite happens.
Yes.
So why wouldn't it be the same where prices start to drop?
Exactly. So we're here today to talk about why that could potentially happen or not happen. So what are your thoughts on that?
So first thing you guys need to know, here in the state of Utah, we have reached over 10,000 homes officially. We're at 10,300 active homes for sale. We haven't been to this level in over 4.5 years.
Yes.
So it is definitely creeping up there. 10,000 is not that many though. We would have to be closer to 15,000 to make it more of like a half buyer's market, half seller's market. So we've still got room to grow.
Yeah.
And you and I saw that inventory rise super quick and then level out.
Yes.
And now it's starting to go back up again now that rates are in the sixes.
Yes.
That's kind of the threshold that has got buyers saying, look, we just can't afford prices and our mortgage payment when they're in the sixes or even close to 7.
And just to remind you guys, at the beginning of the year, we were at 1,800 active homes on the MLS. I mean, that is just insane to see that go from that number all the way up to 10,000. But as Justin was saying, it kind of started to slow down. And now it's gone up a little bit since interest rates have gone up, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. So we have a couple of things that we're going to talk about, what we think is going to happen going forward.
Yeah, so I do expect inventory to rise by 100 to 200 homes per month or per week, but that's nowhere close to the 500 per week that we were seeing. And I think the big factor that we're looking at is if rates had not gone down to the 3s and the 2s, and everybody had refinanced into those lower interest rate. What was the stat?
97% of people in homes right now have an interest rate of 3 something or below.
3.5.
3.5 or below.
Or below. 97%.
97%. I mean, so the question you have to ask yourself is, if you were at a 3.1 interest percent, would you want to move right now and have to buy a new house at a 7% or possibly more? Even if rates go down a little bit, you're at 6. Would you want to move?
And that right there is the number one reason that we can all breathe easy about inventory. Because as you guys have watched the show, you've noticed that's one of the things we pay close attention to. Because if inventory were to shoot up to 17, 18, 19, 20,000 homes, we would see prices drop fast. We would see them drop aggressively because that is just too much competition. And out of those 20,000 people, there's going to be a few that are willing to dump their house for a super low price. In fact, we actually need to cover that in another episode on kind of some of these upcoming deals that are going to be potentially happening for people. But back to inventory, where we're at is still a healthy, decent level for sellers.
Yes.
And so that low interest rate that they have, those people that normally would put their house on the market are going to keep their house until rates become more affordable, thus making less sellers sell. And of course, buyers are going to pick and choose what they want. A lot of cash buyers are going to come in. And that's the number one reason why inventory is not going to get out of control. And number 2, we still have a housing shortage.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, we are, what was the exact number? 30,000 homes underbuilt right now.
Here in Utah. 3.5 million nationally.
Absolutely.
So people need a place to live. People need a place to rent. And had the average interest rate of everyone's mortgage come in at 5%, that would be scary because lots of people would be moving. Lots of people would be stressed out. And then that inventory would rise to those maybe double what it is now. And that's when we'd be in a lot of trouble. Doesn't mean prices still won't go down.
Yeah.
We still think they will over the next few months. However, it's not going to be as catastrophic as if inventory was at 20,000, 21,000, somewhere around that number.
Absolutely. But so that's what we think. We don't think the sky is falling. We'll keep you guys posted as it progresses. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And thanks, you guys.